Hola amigos, bien ok. Saludos desde Medellin. So hello again from Medellin. It's a lovely evening here today. Um, and a new haircut, for me at least. I hope you're well. So more thoughts on the 90-day project. So today is day 14. Much like yesterday. We would say perhaps 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards kind of day. Bit of progress, and still stuck on a few things. So, reflecting on this, what type of tactics can I best use to maintain my momentum, not get too despondent, and succeed in this project? So, thinking about that, here's my suggestion to you for today. Think of it rather like when you have to go to the gym to do your training, do your working out. You have to know that it's a longer term project. It's not something you can do in a week. It takes months, probably years. And one of the things that's important in the training there, as perhaps you know, is the warm-up. So in that analogy, the warm-up would be something like, for me now in the morning, I practice my elevator pitch, which for me is my most important dialogue that I need to make sure I can do well in Spanish now. So that's where I explain basically who I am, what I do, and how I can help. But again, you might have a more important dialogue for you that's more relevant at the moment. Perhaps there's like an interview you're preparing for, or you've got to make an appointment, or there's some particular type of phone call you need to make at work, something like that you're practicing on. That will be the one I would pick. So prepare that. It's only a short dialogue piece. Practice that. And then after that, after my elevator pitch, I'm then practicing very briefly what I did yesterday, perhaps what I'm doing now, and what I'm going to do tomorrow. So this gets me back in the practice of past, present and future, which again is very important for me particularly at the moment because I'm finding these verbs very confusing. But again, this isn't for take very long. We're only looking at probably 5, no more than 10 minutes at all first thing. So we practice maybe our key dialogue, let's say our elevator pitch. We do a quick review of our day yesterday and maybe what we can see right now. Maybe we're looking out the window, or what can we see at the moment? What's the weather like? And what we're planning to do either later that day or tomorrow. So we covered our past, present, and future. And then as well as that, maybe bring back in something from the day before. So in my case, like something I was reading today. I'm going to look at maybe 1 or 2 of the sentences that I used in the reading today. I thought, that's really useful, or that really helps me explain a particular point I was having problems with. Make a note of that and use that as another sentence to practice reading out loud first thing in the morning. So there we go. So while you're finishing your cup of tea or coffee in the morning, 5-10 minutes, practice those 3 key dialogue pieces. That should get you warmed up for the day. And then of course you've got whenever you're doing your actual study. So for me, once I've done that part of the morning, usually then I'm not studying right away. I'm getting ready for other classes I'm teaching or other errands I've got to run during the day. So I won't get back to the hitting the books, as it were, till a bit later on, like mid-morning or maybe early afternoon. That's when I'm going to go back to the actual book I'm studying. So, okay, I'll do another chapter or so of that. And then again, there's another break for some other classes or other things I've got to prepare. During the rest of the afternoon, I will try and make sure I'm doing some type of listening. So again, maybe a podcast or something else while I'm doing some other chores, something I don't need to think too much about, but I can at least listen to things because that's very useful. And then again in the evening, as I'm coming into it sort of now, I'm going to do another class in a minute, and then after that I will go back and review the main part of the study I did today. So I go back and look at what I did in today's, like chapter 14, take some other pieces from that, see if there's anything I can add into my dialogue, my warm-up dialogue if you want, for the morning. And then there we are, we're back at it again, back in tomorrow. So that's how I found a way to try and keep the momentum going. Yeah, so find yourself like a warm-up routine first thing in the day. 5-10 minutes, not much more. So a couple of sentences of your key or most important dialogue piece. Do a quick review of what you did yesterday, what you're doing now, what you will do later on, because that gets you your past, present and future practice. And then maybe take 1 or 2 points that you found from the previous day and whatever book it was you were studying, just to revise those and remember them. But remember, these you should really do by reading out loud, even if it's just you talking to the fridge. Very important, because at least you can practice a bit of speaking and listening of yourself in that part of the day. And then the rest of the day, try and keep up with some type of podcast or other content you're listening to, keep your reading up to date. And then obviously whenever it is you do your hour or so of actual study, see how you go with that. So that's my tip for the day. Try a warm-up type exercise first thing. Stick with that for like the week or so, and then maybe you can swap out the dialogue, put in a different piece, and let me know how you get on. Déjame saber en los comentarios. But I wish you success with that. I'll keep you up to date how I'm doing. So good luck for day 14, day 15 even, tomorrow, day 15, yes. So wherever you are, I hope you're having a splendid evening. Take care and cheerio for now.